both children and minors can do this stuff with adults.
Well, at least we have an age cap. I don't know about these other groups, but we have an age cap. I mean...
Yeah, they're wondering why the age cap is at 29.
It's not at 29, it's at 25. Yours is at 29.
Yeah,
Okay, for both.
he's talking about this group.
Why is it above
well, both of the groups have like 25 and 29.
That's my main question. Why is it above the age of 18?
Well, it was decided mainly by the people. We had a vote, and people wanted it to be 25, so I set it as 25.
I don't know why it's for this group, actually.
The people on my server, the 600 members.
600 members, but
There's some pretty weird people.
why?
What do you mean by
want that?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's what they wanted.
Go be a mod.
But okay,
Feeling
alright.
you
I host polls on
So-
new subjects regularly with my members.
Go be a mod.
I know
Get your
you're
ass
the
out
owner
there.
and everything, and I should probably be giving you
I
a
made you a mod for a
much more
reason,
shit than I already am, but you're 16.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
still, like, you're a bit young. So I'm willing to give you a bit of leeway with this because you're still relatively young. But the thing is, right, does it not make sense that when it comes to something like age regression, where you have someone who's 13 and then you have someone who's like in their mid to late 20s acting the same age as them, do you know that could like lead to direct problems, right?
If it's in a safe and moderated instance, I really don't get the problem.
Get out.
In a safe, moderated instance, people can very much camouflage their language. They can grow attachments to certain underaged people on the server, and they can take things outside of the instance where they can't be moderated. Like, it's still a community hub where people can come together. And sure, if you don't see anything and people,
I have to make sure
anything,
Nellie's doing her job.
I mean, yeah, but like,
because she's in here.
you know, there's also many other groups, you know,
You get out.
who have the same age. If not even, they don't even have an age cap.
Do I? Okay, personally,
No,
I do not think that is good either. Because the main issue here is the fact.
So why are
that
you coming
there's
after
both...
me? Like, what do I do?
Well, because but okay, you're saying that like you're the only one who's doing this wrong. If any other person who was an owner of this kind of instance and allowing that stuff to happen, I would be going after them too. But you are like one of the people who have this rule set, so I'm talking to you about it specifically. This isn't a you problem. This is a wider issue with this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So the main issue is genuinely just if you do this kind of stuff and that is your personal fucking activity that you do on this game.
Yep.
I think it would be infinitely safer for the kids involved to not include any adults in that kind of stuff, and vice versa. If adults are doing this stuff, they shouldn't involve kids with it. You know
So
what
am
I
I
mean?
going to have to sort through the 600 members and kick out every single adult? Or am I just going to be like, hey guys, no more adults allowed, but the adults who are already in the server can stay because, yeah, they're all safe. No, I made this group about a month ago, so I don't really know how that logic sounds.
I was gonna say, yeah,
3DS,
you
man.
probably should, to be honest with you.
The
Because I see no
600
reason
members.
why it-
Yeah, just kick them.
That's what moderation is for. That's a moderator's job.
But 600 members, do you not understand how the large scale of
Calm
members
yourself,
that-
man.
Kick them when they join your world.
Okay, but what about the adults
Get out
already
of
inside the
here.
group?
Shoot.
Yeah, buddy.
Shoot.
But the point they're offering up makes sense though, because like the thing is, you're a moderator, you're the owner of the server. That's kind of like your job.
Mhm.
Like it's not easy, like sunshine and rainbows.
And
Like,
yeah,
it's-
but like I said, we hosted a vote for the age cap, and people wanted it to be 25.
That's in baby apples. In here we
And
have
who are-
like kind of no structure because we just started out.
Who's an adult?
Much
Also, I'm not
like
going to
Little
respond
Tails
to anybody
rule-
else
Goofy.
except you, Kako, because nobody else asked me to talk with me. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Much like Little Tails' old rule for candy got banned, adults will be watched.
Adults would be
Care-
watched.
care-
Adults
care-
would be watched. At least there's an
carefully and
age cap.
closely.
Adults would be watched. That's funny. And Little Bongs didn't even have an age cap.
Listen.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But when I
Yeah.
have an age cap, I'm under fire, right? Tough.
Goofy, hey,
you're not,
bro.
dude. you're not the
Put your
only one
finger
who's
at me.
catching flack. The reason why I'm not going after him is because he's literally 13.
Who?
Me.
You
Oh.
Banana milk.
Oh my god.
I did not know you were
Stupid baby.
13, bro.
But there's also other
Like,
groups,
stupid,
like
I'm very
groups
smart.
owned by adults that you can go after. You know that, right?
That have that. Yeah, I'm very well. Listen,
Sick brown dog.
I am aware. I would do the exact same thing with those people. I'm not making an exception for you. I am simply stating because when I came onto this game and I saw that in both this group and
I have to
your
check on
group
Nelly again. I don't trust
that like gap was allowed for like both adults and kids to intermingle like that, that it just sounds it's a problem. It sounds like a problem, and it could lead to issues.
Gonna-
All right. So how do you feel about 13 plus instances that have no age cap?
Like when it comes to this kind of subject matter, hell no.
Okay. So how would you feel if there is an age cap?
With specifically what? Like if they were 18 specifically and older, or like if they included children.
I mean, most of the time it's 13 to whatever age cap that they set. Most of the time.
If it involves children, then it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. But most of the groups do involve children, like no matter what.
Am I saying
It's
that
a
those are
daycare.
not
Wait, no,
problems?
hold on. It's a. I don't. But like, literally, look around. It's a daycare. It's not a bar. We don't need to have a 18 plus.
We have a bar.
We do have a bar.
I'm aware. And
Mhm.
this is the
We have a bar.
okay. What is okay? Just I want to make sure that we can at the very least get on the same page on this. What specifically am I saying that doesn't make any sense?
Well, I mean, you're bringing up the age cap, but my members literally decided on the age cap.
Goofy's a little slow. Just give him
And
some time.
do your members consist of both that voted on that were both adults and kids as well?
Yes.
Like adults had a say in that? Then I don't think
Change
those
your
votes should be
avatar,
counted
literally
because
just
I
like-
I mean,
think
the
if an
adults are
adult-
like in the minority. Most of the group is ran. Well, not ran, but
Change it.
the members are consisting of mostly
Change it.
minors.
Why?
Okay.
Or you're gonna get kicked.
So I hate the idea of bringing this up, but I feel like I kind of have to. Do you know the book Lord of the Flies? You know, like the premise of that book.
Room. Thanks.
I wish.
Hey,
No.
in there.
Okay,
but tell me.
from what I
Is there
recall,
guys
the
allowed?
idea of Lord of the Flies is
Cause bro,
essentially
chill. Get out
a
there.
society
So,
where kids
Where you
predominantly
walk in,
take
both you guys out
control
there.
of like
Ow.
leadership,
But I got what I want to ask. Goofy
duties and stuff
something
like
when
that,
he come with this.
and how
No.
abhorrently like
Aw.
difficult
Hey,
and
man.
fucking
Hey, man.
how many
Nelly?
problems rise up as a result because I know you will say otherwise. I've
Oh my
met
God.
plenty of minors who do say this, and I don't care.
hmm
When you are under the age of 18, when you are like 16, 15, 14, you have a lower like brain functionality. Like
I get
your
that.
sense is
Mhm.
lower. You know what I mean? So
Yes, but
and it-
but,
it
but, but,
don't-
but, 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 but I do have a rebuttal to that. I
Okay.
mean, what about kids who were given a lot of Well, for me personally, I run this group, and I have been really good at running the group because I was given a lot of responsibilities when I was younger. I usually spend my free time on
Okay.
the daycare game running the group because it makes me feel like I'm in control of things, right? Like if I play any other game like Fortnite or Minecraft or like Roblox, I feel like I'm not in control of things, and that stresses me out to the point where I'm just going back on VR, right? The same thing applies for this group. I do, girl, get this. I already got one. Especially, but yeah, I was given a lot of responsibilities as I was a kid, so and I get it. I get what you're saying about like civilization should not be run by children because it's a bad thing. But this is just a daycare.
yeah, a daycare that allows adults to act like children with the
Yeah,
actual
but-
children that may not know any better.
hmm
Can I just come out and say something?
But again,
Go
we
ahead.
have an
Which
age
is-
cap that is decided by.
Goofy.
Yeah. All right.
Actually, no. What I'm saying, what I'm gonna say might be controversial, so I'm not gonna say it no more.
Can I hear it? Now I'm interested.
If you have
Okay, I was gonna say,
Go ahead, sir.
if you're dumb enough to get groomed on VR chat, then maybe you should not be on VR chat. But I can't say that So
That's really bold.
That is okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Admittedly, that is probably one of the worst things I've ever heard on this game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That is not the right mindset to have with this sort of thing, dude.
I know. Yeah.
yeah, I realize that.
And listen, my boyfriend, he got groomed. I know the patterns of a groomer when I see one, which is why I'm so overprotective of the people in my server. So it's just like, listen, I get that you're saying, hey, I'm 16, I shouldn't run this group, but again, you know, it's my only free time.
My main
Plus,
thing,
especially
is
with the
that-
state of the
Wait,
world right now. What
hold on.
else? What else?
Okako, if you don't mind.
Go
I
ahead.
did want to ask, is this like, of all groups, why choose this one of this category, if you don't mind me asking?
So Cacao did originally invite me to the conversation. If you did want it to be included in it, you could have just asked. But to answer your question, I mean, well, what other groups are available on VR chat that are specifically not curated? Yeah, curated to minors. Because bars are mainly for 18 and up. If you're not 18 and up, you could possibly get flagged and banned by Sunset Bar. I'm trying to think of.
Well, I'm
any
not saying
other
you, I'm not
instances.
saying you have to make a bar specifically. I mean, like, there's groups you can make that in which they have like a common interest, like a fandom, like let's say, I don't know, Roblox or pray tell Fortnite. You can make groups like that and
Murder
like
mystery.
include like people like within your age group and not basically have like adults running around in that. I'm just more curious as to why, of all things, it's a Gare. If you don't mind me asking, what led to that motivation to create a group
Meso Mayo.
such as that?
I really
Like,
liked
why
watching
just-
his videos, and I was like, well, I wonder. I have a VR headset. I don't even use it anymore. I got it for Christmas. Maybe, just maybe, if I try something new. And I tried something new, and guess what? I have 600 members. But if I went down that usual fandom route, then the group would probably have around 30, 20, 40 people.
Wait, so you made this entire group
Like
because
my
of
group.
Mayo?
What's up?
You made this entire group because
No,
of
Goofy.
Mayo?
Get them back in your face, chat.
most of the inspiration came. Well, not inspiration, but yo, I swear to God, Dallas, I'm gonna block you. Stop. I got the idea from watching his videos.
Okay.
Not from like the trolling itself, but from the daycare thing. I was like, what map is this? I kind of want to see. And when I went, you know, things were in utter chaos, and I came in, and now everybody likes my group. So is that all?
Okay. So the main point, and I really want to renege on this, that's like, you don't see a problem with adults playing with kids in an environment where it's very easy for the adults to do things to kids, even with the protection of your like moderators' gazes and everything, keeping them under watch, because you can't be active like all hours of the day, and you can't have your eyes on every single conceivable person.
That is real.
Right.
That is true. I've said the same thing to other group owners before who have had no age cap. But listen, the age cap was decided by my members and the members and nothing else.
Well, I'm
As I
gonna be
said,
honest.
adults are a minority in my group.
It's
They are
not-
very
it's
rare
not-
to come across.
If you don't mind me asking, or not even asking, if you don't mind me stating, like, the fact of the matter is that the risk is still there, and the risk in this game in particular is incredibly high. If you have a low amount of adults in your group, right? The fact of the matter is that the rules were changed to accommodate them, right? If this is a group for kids, right, to just go around and just act like kids, right? Then why do the adults get a say in it? Just like,
Okay, well, I'm not saying that they didn't have a say in the vote. Obviously they did, but you want to know what ended up winning? The number 25.
Wasn't it 25 with... It was 25
It was 21.
when
Yeah, no, it was for the
no,
first part. It was
Goofy,
21.
No, bro, no. Baby
What?
Apples, it was 25 when the group was like 3 weeks old.
And then it switched
you
over to
changed it
21. And then it went back to being 25 again.
Yeah. See, my group has more structure than yours.
Girl, yeah,
Why
but
would you let children?
please don't
Sorry.
play with me. I'm in the middle of something important.
Why would you
Okay,
let children
but yeah.
vote in the first place? That's why, like in
Yeah, you're
Because
not a
it's my
mod.
group
Shut up.
members.
This is not your
vote.
time.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
If you don't mind me
they're still
saying,
children.
they
Also,
have
isn't
a
this
point.
a mod
They have a
room?
point.
Why is
Actually,
literally
yeah.
all of them over here?
They're still,
I don't
they're
know.
still
Warner
children.
Breadstick
But,
is chill.
um,
He's chill.
Better to not let people.
Yeah, I'm
over
chill.
Well,
there
yeah,
decide.
but
I
children,
have to go check Nelly.
they're 13 and up. They have the ability to Discord. I think they're pretty intelligent. Well, you know, around the same intelligence range as me. So
No, they're not.
It's
They are.
they all voted for
range.
25. It was the vote of majority. I don't know why you guys can't get that
They
through your
don't know
head.
better. 'Cause they
I
don't
can't
know
get it through my
better.
head because people who are 13 years old aren't intelligent ordinarily. They can be,
My
but
head's
that
really
but
thick, it won't get through.
there is no advantage. There's nothing you can tell me that there is an
Mhm.
advantage a 13-year-old can hold over someone who's 25 years old. Someone who is like that much older than them will always have an advantage over them, and I don't get how you don't see that,
Mm-hmm.
in my personal opinion, because there is a very clear massive gap. And even if it is a minority in your group, which I acknowledge the fact that you're saying that it's a minority in your group, but they're still there,
Mhm.
and you're saying that some of them still advocated for this, which means that some of them want to act like babies around actual children. Like,
So
let's
now
say
it's
if a-
not. Now wait. Now it's not an age thing. It's an age regression thing now, right?
Did I say that it was an age regression
Well,
thing?
now you're making fun of adults for age regressing when they have no control over that.
I'm making fun of them because they want to regress around actual children.
But you literally just said because adults acting like children when they literally get forced into
You
the
are
mindset that they are.
deliberately you're misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a damn what they do in their own personal time. As long as it's around people who are around the same age as they are, I don't give a rat's dick. But when I'm going to be like, please, and I want you to word this out to me, please, for the love of God. If someone who is 32 starts
32.
acting like a
32.
32.
there is not much.
The 32
Alright,
so
alright.
loud. Holy
There
shit!
is
What the
not-
fuck?
There is not much of a difference between a 32 year
Zay,
old and a
get your
29-year-old.
ass out of this room right
Or
now,
a
bro.
25-year-old. I mean, sure, there was a hell of a lot
Get
more
your
experience for
ass.
someone who was in their
Bitch,
30s
and you
in their
muted me.
mid-20s, but the point is still the same. Or actually, better, you know what, fine. Let's drop it down to 25 to make things relative. What
Thank
if
you.
a 25-year-old walked into a daycare, sat down next to a literal 6-year-old, and started
Six!
acting like them?
Six!
There was a reason why I blocked
you. Can you stop harassing, please? Thank
What 6-year-old goes to daycare? That's the
Okay, well,
average
I mean,
age
I
for a
believe.
daycare
All right, listen.
goer.
All right, wait, hold on. 6 years old?
I went to
Are you
daycare
talking
last
about
year.
mentally
Can't
or
lie.
physically?
Physically.
I went to
All right, so
daycare
people of
last year.
all
not gonna
ages
lie.
can regress to 6 years old, which is why it's really not making sense.
That's how most people act on this kind of thing.
Listen.
Why do you
please,
look
just-
traumatized? You look like
I don't
2-Bit
under-
Matthews.
Okay, what part doesn't make any sense about that?
Everybody of all ages can regress to 6 years old. It doesn't
Were
matter
you
on age
checked?
physically.
Okay, but I'm saying
If he doesn't-
I'm saying this in the
Okay.
most literal.
Dallas, I literally have an
example
instance
possible.
to run in the preschool. I got to go. Like, do you see my phone? I
Can't we
got
just
to go.
merge? Can't we just merge? Can't we just merge, chat?
Wait, do you actually want to merge?
Yeah, we should just merge.
Yeah, but you're banned from the server, girl.
Y'all weird, bro. Y'all
Let's just merge, bro, please.
How much
Merge in little artists so I can get more people.
Yeah, I literally shut down the instance and switched worlds.
We should literally just merge in little artists.
Girl, this is
We
your
get more-
chance. This is you literally
No,
have
no, no,
24
no.
people.
No.
You have 24 people. This is your
Shut
chance.
up. Let me tell you. We can get more people on both sides.
What is wrong
With all
with
due
people?
respect, I don't want to cut in. Okay,
Not
actually, I do
really
kind of want to
sure,
cut into this
actually.
because I feel like something I'm saying is not making any sense when I feel like it should. Does it seriously not strike a chord? The idea, and I mean this in the most literal sense, this has nothing to do with it. Like this specific example does not have to have anything to do with age regression. This is literally just a hypothetical scenario that I'm throwing out there. Does a 29-year-old or a 25-year-old going up to a 13-year-old and going up to them with like this kind of apparel on, like what you have on, right? Does that not do you think that's normal? Do you think that's a normal thing to do?
Well, it's just a VR chat avatar.
Not in real life.
Yo!
Goofy, no.
Yo!
Goofy, yo! You made it worse.
I
Yo,
really don't
let
give
me
a damn.
answer,
It's
bro.
literally just a VR
Let
chat
me
avatar.
answer.
Yo.
Let me answer.
No, you put emphasis on the
Bro.
detail about the VR chat avatar. So
Get out. Just move, bro. Just go. Go over
I'm not-
there.
Not just,
Go near the shelf.
not just a
Okay.
VR chat avatar. It's literally a representation.
no, I get
of
that,
what
but you
How
put
do I
the
force
emphasis
mute?
on the VR chat avatar. So yes,
How do I force
25-year-olds
I didn't clip that.
with 13-year-olds in real life, no,
I didn't clip
obviously
that.
not. But
Oh no.
in a safe virtual
Anyways,
space
no.
is
No.
So why is it acceptable in a VR game? Why is it acceptable in
because
an
it's
environment where you
over
can still interact
because
with them
it's
physically?
literally over VR chat.
Goofy. I swear
But
to God.
Okay, go ahead, Mimi.
How? Okay.
Shh. Now you made me lose my thought process, bro. To put.
Yeah, Goofy. Way to go.
Shut up. Let me think.
My bad.
Look at the
You
crowd
were
over here.
talking about if. Shut
Yeah,
up.
man.
You're talking about if a 29-year-old.
They crashed.
Me when I lag.
They crash.
Yeah, so like, what if a 29-year-old man going to 30 with
29.
a...
You guys are. Oh my God, you guys are overextending the age gap.
It's an adult. It's still an adult. You'll have
But
29-year-olds in the group,
that's
bro.
also
You do
the
not have to
limit on
question it.
their group
Out of the
too,
600
so
people,
that's still
Goofy.
applicable here.
Hold on, wait. Out of the 600 people in your group, there has to be at least one person 29, bro. So imagine that, right? 29-year-old, thigh highs, pacifier, 4'2", all the stuff. Basically, what you have on, right? Goes up to a 13-year-old boy or girl. It doesn't really matter. Just minding their own business, and they start acting like a baby. Do you think that's normal in any like way?
Well, usually it's the opposite way around, but I don't even know.
But yes or no? Is it yes or no? Yes or no? Just yes or no? It's a
Is
yes
this,
or no,
is
bro.
this applying in real life or virtual?
No, it's applying in the game.
this
Where
game.
else would it be, bro?
In
Where
this
else would it be?
game.
Just tell me
Alright.
yes or no. It's a yes or no.
Well, we H check out the door, so apparently yes.
Okay, he's basically saying yes. He's basically saying, I got that on clip.
God.
I got that on
I
clip.
clipped that.
I clipped that.
Do you?
Yeah, bro.
Y'all can all
do you
attack me. I
not
really don't give a
understand?
damn.
I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just
No,
trying to
you guys have like
understand
5
what
people
you're
surrounding
saying.
me. This is
On
embarrassing.
gang, I wasn't even trying to attack you. This is
It's
just
embarrassing
entertaining
for
me, bro.
you.
You're just
I have
trying to
nothing
make
against...
sense of what you're saying because what you're
Goofy,
saying is basically
I have-
advocating for
Goofy.
pedophilia.
Listen, Goofy, I
Pedophilia.
have nothing. I have
Yes.
nothing against you, man. This is just
Okay, yeah, no,
entertaining
but this
to
is
me, bro.
this what? How?
How? Because
Yes, literally how.
25-year-old
Bro,
going
we
to a
literally age
13-year-old
verify them at the door. We checked based
Yeah.
off of their character.
Okay,
What
so
the
you
fuck?
know
Do
they
you
are,
know
but you still
what
let them
people?
do it.
You know people can lie.
You know how easy
Taco,
it
bro.
is
He
to
literally
lie?
just admitted to letting them, like, he knows their age, but he's letting them do it anyway.
Goofy.
Alright, so I turned on safe mode. I'm going to turn on his voice.
It's so
Okay.
fucking weird. What's going on, man?
Man, you're 3 man?
So, Kako, since you were the person I was originally speaking to, I turned on safe mode so I could block out everybody else.
Hey,
Go on with your point.
Jesus Christ. The point that I'm making is that I don't care if there is I don't care if it's a role play, I don't care if it's an act, I don't care if it is some kind of like a personal lifestyle choice. I don't give a
Nelly,
shit
go out
what
there
it
and
is.
fucking mod.
The idea of a 25-year-old
What are you
hanging out
doing?
with a 13-year-old, both of them wearing baby clothes
Yeah.
or whatever
Why'd you
clothing
go
that
one
is
day,
acceptable
man?
in this sort of environment and acting the
you
way they
know,
do is
go
weird.
on here.
It's fucking disgusting.
Mhm.
And it bothers me that like you don't see it that way
Well, why would I?
because
I
you're
mean-
the owner. You're the owner of this
Oh my
group.
God.
You're the one who like kind of has to like.
You were the
be
one who spam invited me here. I really don't want to. I really don't want to.
Protector.
Dude.
But
please
yeah,
shut
I
up.
have mods to help.
About 4 people.
I understand you get
I don't
mods
need
to
to-
help, but
but-
the thing is, you have to take measures to prevent situations like okay, okay,
Jose, you gotta...
purely hypothetical example. If
No,
you have
get out.
a guy who has an inclination towards murder, but it's purely in a
Tell Zay to unmute.
Why
Tell
are
Zay
we,
to unblock
why are
me.
we using
They
hypothetical
usually-
situations in real life
I
situations?
don't care.
Can you give me an actual
Because a
situation for my group?
hypothetical-
Wait, Kako, can you give me an actual
hypothetical
situation?
is literally
Kako, can
it's
you,
a make
bro?
believe situation
Dallas,
that
I'm gonna
is
leave
used
if you
to
keep
make-
doing it. Can you give me an
Because I'm
actual
trying to make a point
situation
to
from the
help you
group that has
understand.
happened? Can you give me an actual situation that has happened
that
within
has
my group?
happened. That has
Yes.
happened. I don't know your group, so
Oh,
I can't
okay.
tell
So you
but I've
don't know know nothing
Because
about
I've
it. You know
seen-
I've
nothing.
seen stuff
You know
happen in this
nothing.
game.
Goofy,
But that's with other
There
groups,
was
not mine. Not mine. Not
Oh
mine.
yeah, that's not
Never
your
mind.
group. That's not your group.
Goofy,
Not your people.
Goofy,
They
Goofy,
have that much
shut
Dallas,
up.
you literally
in
fan
your
fighting me
people?
here.
Shut up. No. Stop.
What
You're
Pen
going
said.
to
I don't give a damn. All right, what's up? So, like I said, you keep bringing up
If I'm
hypothetical
recording, wait,
situations,
what the
so-
fuck? Wait, hold on. Sorry.
No, I've been
can
recording.
I ask you?
I've been recording. Y'all can record me all you want. I'm recording also. But like I said,
Okay.
you keep using hypothetical situations to describe shit that hasn't ever fucking
Yes,
happened.
because a hypothetical, I ordinarily use those to relate a point to you to help you understand my point.
Okay, can you use
To
a
see if
situation from
we
something
could-
that has happened in my group? No,
I can't
okay,
because
so
I don't
like,
know
what is
your
the problem?
group.
What is the problem, Kako? I'm
Because
really
that's not
trying
what
to
hypotheticals
understand.
are used for. Hypotheticals are used to make
Okay,
a
but yeah, but
establishing
so
point
far,
relatable.
everything has been safe. Everything has been okay. Everything has been dandy. So literally, I don't understand why you're getting so fucking pressed over this.
Because 25-year-olds with 13-year-olds. Apparently that's okay. Hey, does that sound normal? Does
Most of
any
the
this
people,
sound
wait.
normal?
Most of the people who are 25 don't interact with 13-year-olds because they know that it's wrong.
Because they know that it's wrong. Yeah,
Yes.
they know that it's wrong, but do they
They
still
know
do
that
it
it's wrong,
anyways?
but
9
they
times out of
don't-
10
but
they do.
What?
In my personal experience, they literally do. In nine times out of the 10 that I've
Bro,
seen on
literally,
this game,
almost all of the
they
adults in my
literally
group,
do.
always in their bio, don't interact with minors, don't add minors, don't do nothing. They're not weird. You really need to look at this from a different
Goofy.
perspective before you assume things.
That I
Because that's what
trust
you're doing right
everything
now.
that
You're
on
assuming. You
people on
use
this game people
hypothetical
say.
situations to assume.
Yes.
You literally
am
haven't found
assuming.
out literally anything bad about my group, so you just keep using hypothetical situations. It's embarrassing. Kako,
Yes,
you really
because
need to
on
look at this from a
game,
different fucking...
Goofy,
You need to
Goofy,
look at this from a
Goofy.
different perspective. That's all. Bye.
From a
Bye.
different, okay,
Bye.
okay,
SMD.
yeah, let me look at this from a different perspective. Let me look at this from a different perspective. So the perspective that I need to look at this from is that
SMD. Okay, guys. That was crazy. Love you. Bye. I will forever defend the rights of my group and defend the rights of my citizens. Fuck this.